Hi, Squishal. My name is Robin Ward, and I'm beginning the video with the word Ayasquachel, which means good day in beautiful Lekwungen language, as an acknowledgement for where I'm recording this video from. I am currently on Lekwungen land, also known as Victoria, BC, and I begin with a little Lekwungen language that I know as a continued show of respect, gratitude, and commitment to the original keepers of these lands and custodians of these lands. I am making this video on Lekwungen land to talk a little bit about executive coaching. So I am a certified executive coach through the International Coaching Federation and have my ACC accreditation. But what does that mean? So a certified executive coach is essentially a thinking partner. It's a personal one-on-one support for professional growth and development. Together, coaches work with clients, or actually I'd like to call them partners because we're thinking partners. We focus on setting goals, creating outcomes, managing personal change, finding ways to increase resiliency through challenges. An executive coach guides you through the learning, the growth, and the change needed to advance your career in impactful and sustainable ways that are most meaningful to you. So other service professionals like consulting or psychotherapy are based on the wisdom and the expertise of the professional. And so they're imparting this wisdom. And in coaching, you are the expert. You are the expert of you. You've been you longer than anyone else has been you. So you have better insights into your skills, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, your growth interests. One of my favorite lessons from the marvelous Elaine Alec, who teaches cultivating safe spaces, I'll put a link below, is that within her community, traditionally when youth in their community would go to elders to ask for advice, the elders would respond, you know the answer, go to the water and wait for it. And so this teaching is that each person needs to have faith in themselves. No one can give you the answers to the questions that you seek, but you. So you know the way, you know your heart, and only you have the knowledge, the power, and the wisdom to know yourself enough to lead you in your right next steps. And another favorite teaching that Elaine shared is that the quality of your life depends on the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. I'm going to say it again because it's so wonderful. The quality of your life depends on the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. So Elaine begins her circle asking questions like, who am I, who do I belong to, and what is on my heart, which are some great, powerful questions. And I certainly encourage you to take some time thinking about that. But the coaching relationship, essentially, our role is to ask powerful questions, to act as a sounding board, to act as a sounding board, provide observations, feedback, insights. We listen fully and actively for opportunities to reflect any of these wisdoms, to perhaps challenge any gaps in thinking, and foster some expanding in perspectives. I also love that Elaine Alec has shared that wisdom is only valuable if it's shared. And so it reminds me to think about our skills. And as I am coaching someone, it's a very strength-based approach. What are your strengths, and how do we nurture those strengths, and how do we grow those strengths and celebrate those strengths? So oftentimes we get so caught up in the cycle of completing tasks and finishing checklists that we don't actually take time to celebrate. And that's such an important part of inspiring more success and building on that success. So what are the benefits of coaching? So executive coaching motivates, it empowers, it increases self-awareness, self-reflection, It expands personal strengths. It increases resiliency and the courage that it takes to reach for your dreams. Oftentimes we get sort of stuck in our thinking and create barriers or boundaries for ourselves. I can't do that. I mean, something that I've heard very often is, oh, I'm not an artist, I'm not creative. You know, to box yourself in with a label really limits the growth potential if that's something you're interested in. Executive coaching also improves relationship and improves communication because you're articulating how you feel, what you want, what you're thinking. It improves interpersonal skills, it improves productivity, it improves individual performance, and increases work-related goals, personal resiliency. It increases self-confidence. It increases empathy and understanding for yourself and for others. It increases confidence in problem solving and working through challenging situations. It increases the level of team collaboration. And I mean, it's hard to quantify how beneficial coaching is and to talk about it. I'm bound by the International Coaching Federation Code of Ethics. So I can't talk about specifics with clients ever, but I can say personal experience of witnessing the growth, the change, the transformation of the clients that I've worked for has been such an honor and such a privilege. And to see them even message me 2 years later that the conversations we had, the internal environments of cultivating and fostering growth continues well beyond our time together is so wonderful, is so meaningful, is hard to articulate in words. Coaching is really designed to produce results very quickly. And so I usually recommend starting with around 5 sessions. Sessions can be about an hour long or half an hour long, depending on how much time you want to sit together. And of course, you can reschedule or cancel at any time. It's so important that you feel the benefits and the value of the coaching relationship absolutely every single time we sit down. And I will check in absolutely every time that we sit down that you are leaving with value, that you are leaving with something that you didn't have at the beginning of the session. So how does it work? It begins with the drive to explore and grow, reaching out to me with that openness. I would book an introductory meeting, so a 30-minute session to have a conversation. You get to have a feel for what the coaching relationship will feel like. Make sure that there's a connection between you and your coach. That's so important, that you're building upon a strong relationship, one based on trust and respect. And usually I leave that session with it being open, and then you can reach out to me if you want to set up some kind of regularly scheduled coaching, but it's really up to the individual to decide that they see value in it, and that they want to continue. And the International Coaching Federation released a study in 2009 that claims an average of a 700% return on investment for executive coaching clients. So, I mean, that's amazing return on investment. Can you imagine if you got 700% on every dollar in your bank account? Not that I can guarantee that, but as someone who has also benefited from executive coaching, I would say I've absolutely gotten a 700% return on investment in my happiness levels in having been coached. And together, working with coaches, you create the agreements together, you create what the relationship looks like together, the support that's needed together to work towards those goals. And it's absolutely phenomenal. I charge $100 for a 30-minute session and $200 for a 1-hour session, which is pretty standard for that ACC accreditation. But if cost is an issue, please reach out to me and we'll see what we can work out. And I hope you have heard this video and at least feel inspired to think outside the box a little. I once heard an elder say, stop thinking out, trying to think outside the box and try to think inside the circle, which I absolutely love. And let me explain it a little. So thinking inside the box is kind of restricting yourself with labels and what you currently have thought is possible. And thinking inside the circle is thinking about the relationships, the way in which we serve each other, the way in which we participate in our communities, the way in which we advance humanity. You know, how do you acknowledge your skills and use those skills for the betterment of humanity, which is, I think, what all of us humans want to be doing. And with that, I will say thank you, Miigwech, for watching. More to come soon.